Whew. Rookie minicamp is finally here for the next day, which is great. Want to go over the new numbers for the Philadelphia Eagles, some surprising ones. The tryout players, I want to name all those players so you guys know who's really trying to try out here throughout, once we get out of the rookie minicamp, we get to the training camp, all that great stuff. This is only rookie minicamp, guys, so, they're not in full pads. They're just learning the basics, doing their thing, getting coached up on how the Eagles do things, terminology, stuff like that. Nothing crazy, but definitely one of the most important days. We get a little bit of information on Sean Desai right there. Very vocal coach. A lot of things definitely want to talk about with him, and obviously some of the Eagles press conference as well with some of the players that gave some, interesting information too. So let's get straight into all of this rookie minicamp news. Yo. So I hope everyone is enjoying their day. And honestly, as the off-season program is coming along, you start Eagles rookie minicamp. No veterans, just the rookies, learning the terminology, just learning the basics, and seeing where these guys are at, whether they're in shape, not in shape, and stuff like that. So I want to go over all the tryout names real quick. There's a good amount here, so I kind of want to go through them kind of fast, real quick. So let me start out here. We have wide receiver Charleston Rambo from Miami, wide receiver Austin Proel from North Carolina, wide receiver Garrett Mag from North Dakota, wide receiver Jalen Hall from Western Kentucky, cornerback Chris Steele from USC, running back Toa Tua from Nevada, running back TJ Cole from Waukeeta Baptist, safety Dominique Long from Duke. We got cornerback Bentley Sanders from Nevada, safety Xavier Bell from Portland State, linebacker Deshaun White from Oklahoma, LS from Dalton Goffrey, South Dakota, linebacker Jasir Cox, West Virginia linebacker John Buchanan from Delaware, defensive end Tyluan Gerber, Virginia Tech, tight end Jordan Murray from Hawaii, tight end Samus Reyes from Loyola. I don't know what school that is. Wide receiver Galvin Holmes from Baylor, and defensive end Quentin Bell from Prairie View. And those are all your tryout players as for right now, just so you guys have all the names of what's going on. If you know any of those players, let me know in the comment section below. And, maybe there's some surprising names there for you guys that maybe, we'll maybe focus and see what happens. So first bit of news, we go through the numbers of the Philadelphia Eagles jersey-wise, and we finally have our number 0, guys. DeAndre Swift has changed his number. He will be number 0 for the Philadelphia Eagles. I think this is going to be a fan favorite. I think Eagle fans are going to get his jersey, not even just in the midnight green, but I think people are going to want this jersey in the Kelly green as well, which I'm actually pretty excited. I actually was kind of surprised that he actually picked that number, but it's nice to have a focal point player that's going to be using this number, and it's like a new beginning for DeAndre Swift with the Philadelphia Eagles, which I think is awesome. I think is really cool. Now we saw Jalen Carter is going to be 98, which is great. So it goes from 88 to 98. Nolan Smith goes from 4 to 3, which I thought was pretty cool. Obviously these aren't a big deal, but it's nice to really see. So obviously with the other numbers for the Philadelphia Eagles, you have Marcus Mariota that will be 8. Olamide Zaccheaus will be 13. Rashad Penny will be 23. Terrell Edmonds will be 26. Justin Evans 30. Greedy Williams 38. Nicholas Morrow 41. Kadavius Street 97. Okay, which is awesome. And for your drafted rookies, obviously we said Jalen Carter was 98, Nolan Smith was 3, Sidney Brown 43, Tyler Steen 56, Keely Ringo 37, Tanner McKee the quarterback number 10, and Moro Ojimo will be number 72. There actually is a player out there that's wearing 86, Zach Ertz's jersey right now, Zach Ertz's number right now, which I don't know how they're not going to, I'm surprised they're actually letting somebody wear that number as of right now. Interesting enough. But, we'll see down the road if that even changes. So the Jalen Carter stuff, obviously we kind of want to know a little bit more on Jalen Carter and, being in shape, out of shape, whatever the case may be. Nick Sirianni really wasn't worried about guys, even some of these, especially for rookies. Like, they're not, especially for like the high draft round rookies and stuff like that. Like, for a lot of these guys, like, does he expect them to be in shape? Yes, in some case, but at the same time, with the draft process and, between the combine, between all the interviews and meetings, stuff leading up to the draft, the 30 visits, like guys that have to visit schools, so it takes a lot of their time from working out. So he's not making a big deal about it. I mean, even Jalen Carter said that he's in a lot better shape now than he was at his pro day. And that's what we were kind of worried about with him, because really between the off the field stuff and then, he didn't work out at the combine at all, didn't go through the drills, and then really went to the pro day, and he was stiffed up. He didn't look great. Apparently he gained another 9 or 10 pounds, but I guess ever since the pro day, I think, kind of been working his tail off and showing that, he's in a lot better shape now. So that's good. So I expected this. I didn't expect bad news out of this. Like I said, us fans just read stuff. The Eagles inside that organization know more about Jalen Carter than we do. You know what I mean? So I could probably say that. And to really go through, Jalen Carter and what he, where he came from, and obviously getting that fully guaranteed contract. And a lot of Eagles fans have been against it. Half of the Eagles fan base is like, there should be a clause in this contract. Kind of talked about that the other day. I'm really proud of the kid, and I think he's really going to show up. I think the support system is with this team, and obviously some of the Georgia guys is really going to be a nice support system for him, and I can't really wait. So, well, we saw some glimpses of Sean Desai at practice, and we haven't got a press conference yet. Hopefully soon. We should be getting one at least before training camp or by training camp. We haven't seen Brian Johnson or defensive coordinator in Sean Desai. This roster looks really good on paper right now. Okay, I don't want to be the paper champs this year. I don't want to look good on paper and then go out and this coach has no idea how he wants to run his defense. I think the Eagles have. I think from what I'm hearing from the Eagles organization is that they think he's a very intellectual type guy, very smart. Even Keely Ringo at his press conference today said he's really smart, and obviously where he puts these guys in the right position and coached up. And how I could tell from what Sean Desai does at like a rookie minicamp or what practice is going to be like, he's very vocal, very, very vocal. He takes command of his defense, and I really do like that a lot. What is he going to run? I mean, really similar to disguising defenses, running a base 3-4 at times, but kind of switching with more linebackers in coverage and stuff like that. We'll see what happens here, but I think we have to give this a chance. I don't think, we're giving, a lot of guys were kind of upset. A lot of fans were upset about maybe, Vic Fangio, could have been the defensive coordinator here. But you never know, guys. Like, at this point, the Eagles really tried to go outside the box to find their defensive coordinator. They went after Glenn Schumann from Georgia. They went after the guy from Michigan. They went after a lot of defensive coordinators in the college ranks, too. So you have to give them respect for that they at least tried, but a guy that was a Vic Fangio apprentice with the Bears as a defensive quality control guy, okay, and then kind of becoming the defensive coordinator in 21. And to say this, Sean Desai did a lot more, okay, with less talent in 21 with the Bears as a DC, okay, top 10 against the pass, top 5 in sacks, and bottom 10 against the run, only because he just didn't have the players for it to stop the run. Probably was a really bad interior for that team as well. But a bad roster all around. But top 5 in sacks is pretty good. I mean, the guy knows how to create pressure with less talent to get pressure on quarterbacks. His blitz rate was 22.6%, which is a lot higher than expected what the Eagles did last year. So not saying that blitzing is going to make you successful, because sometimes the highest blitzing teams are the worst teams in the league. So, but at least I think we're going to get a lot more out of this coach, and I'm pretty excited to see what we get out of him. So I think we have to really give him a chance. I'm actually excited. I'm glad we have a tough schedule, number one. The schedule will be coming out soon, so I'll be going over all of that. But from what the players have said about him so far, is really high on the technique praise, and likes to move guys around. And even hearing from Nolan Smith as well. Like Nolan Smith, talked at his press conference about Sean Desai and utilizing his speed. So I'm kind of wondering with these defensive ends going into this year, are they going to prioritize them on, pass rush, or is it going to be like, are they going to, utilize his speed, put him as an outside linebacker, put him in coverage? I feel like the sense that I'm getting right now is I feel like they're going to do a little bit of both with him. That's what I feel right now. Me personally, in my own opinion, I would like to put Nolan Smith as a pure edge rusher. But, obviously when you have your linebacker core right now, which, we feel like the Eagles are going to make another move sooner or later for another linebacker. You have Nakobe Dean with Nicholas Morrow, Davion Taylor, Patrick Johnson, Kyron Johnson, a few other, a couple guys in camp that's trying out right now. I just don't think you have enough. To add another body would be great. But I think when you have a guy like Nolan Smith that has a really good, his legs, man. I mean, what he could do with his speed, and how Georgia kind of lined him like outside a lot. Kind of put him one-on-one with those tackles and really pick his poison on the go inside, outside. Like I said, utilizing that speed. He runs a 4.3, so they might, Sean Desai might want to do a little bit more with him on coverage. So, as long as if he's in coverage and being productive, I don't care. But if he's in coverage and he's not doing much of anything, and they're kind of wasting him being out there and not putting him as an edge guy enough, it might, I don't know, it might bother me a little bit. But like I said, it's a very early process right now with Sean Desai and what he'll do with some of these players. And shout out to all the Georgia players, because they really have set a standard as of right now defensively. And I like how you bring guys like that in. Like, Georgia had a standard that, the Eagles have a standard and how they do things and how they represent themselves and the mentality of what they kind of how they look at things when it comes to the game of football and the camaraderie that they have as well. So I really like how they, these Georgia guys really think differently. And that's how they, even the back-to-back, national championships, which is awesome. And you have guys in the building that have the mindset like that really is going to, spread out to the rest of the players, and everyone's going to buy into it. Kind of how Jalen Hurts' leadership, everyone buys into it and letting him lead and playing for him, and, him gravitating the players toward him, and players outside the organization, free agency, want to play with him. Things like that are really cool to kind of go by, you know what I mean, as of right now. But really, other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. It was pretty much it was a quiet day. Nothing exciting, nothing crazy. But to look at more. And by the way, as you're watching video right now, into the punter with ZY Zentner, Legatron, he punts really far, guys. Jesus, not only the guy can kick, he had 11 out of 11 field goals last year. But that new punter that we have in Zentner, that guy can punt real far, man. Now, Aaron Sipos, I'm hoping he loses his job. Like I said, this is a very early thing right now. We don't know about special teams. We don't know how they're going to line guys up. We don't know the rotation. There's been rumors about Fletcher Cox and Jordan Davis starting as defensive tackles as of right now. And, I don't know if that's going to be true. I'm not really sure. But there's a lot of rumors are coming out, but, nothing crazy, nothing concrete. Like I said, this is a very early process in the making right now with Eagles training camp and all that great stuff. So it should be interesting what happens here. So we heard a little bit on Sean Desai, and it seems like, it was nice to see, Jalen Carter, see Nolan Smith, just see everybody in action today, which was awesome. So we have another day, which is great. And then obviously the veterans will come in later, and we'll have a little bit of a break, until everything else happens. And football is right around the corner, guys. It's getting here. We have a little bit, we want to see this competition with all these positions, corner, safety, linebacker. If they bring in another linebacker, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm pretty excited for it. Let me know what you guys think about the first day of Eagles training camp. What do you guys thought? Eagles rookie mini camp. What you guys thought about it? I know this is a very early process right now, so we got some little snippets of little things that we heard about our defense, offense, a little bit, and some other things. So hopefully get that press conference from Sean Desai real soon, and looks like he's a very vocal and really hones in the fact on technique and other stuff like that, which is great. So, all right, you guys have a fantastic day. That was the first day of rookie minicamp, and I'll see you guys on the next one. And make sure, if you guys haven't, if you lasted this long in this video, I do appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video as well for more Eagles news, especially for the rest of this offseason and the season in general. I'll see you guys. You guys have a great day. Peace out.